Hey, what's going on, CoinOpTV subscribers? Robert Welkin here, and in this video, I want to do a quick review of the movie The Brave Archer, which is a Shaw Brothers classic from 1977. I recently watched this again when I picked up the Brave Archer collection, 5-movie collection from Shout Factory here. I did an unboxing video of that, which I'll put in the link below. But in this video, I just want to briefly talk about the first movie, The Brave Archer, and give you some of my thoughts, talk a little bit about the movie, and hopefully you'll let me know what your thoughts are in the comments below. So The Brave Archer, 1977, from director Chang Cheh, one of my favorite Shaw Brothers directors. I'm a big fan of his Venom Mob movies, especially. So this was a great treat to see this collection come out. Alexander Fu Sheng is the star of the Brave Archer series, or at least most of them. He doesn't appear in the fifth and final movie, but he did have his untimely death at a young age, and that sort of interrupted his film career. Many of us would have thought that he would have turned out to be like a superstar, had he lived on and had a chance to prosper. So that was a shame. We got a lot of other notable Shaw Brothers legendary actors and Venom Mob members. Some of the Venom Mob members in this are Philip Kwok, Lu Fang, Chang Cheh, and some of the Shaw Brothers regulars. We got Ku Fang, Kar Wai, Johnny Wang. Apologies if I'm not saying these names correctly or in the right order. I'm just kind of referencing, IMDb and stuff like that. Let's talk a little bit about the movie. I would say it's a difficult story to follow. It's adapted from, very famous written material, stuff like that. So as far as I understand, the stuff that it's adapted from, Condor and stuff like that, that's very famous, and a lot of people know about it in Asia, maybe overseas and stuff. But for me, not familiar with the source material, so I'm kind of going in a little blind. But the first 20 minutes of this movie are pretty much a huge exposition and character dump. And it's just one big montage of like new faces, names of characters, who they are, what's happening. The story starts, and there's a lot going on to absorb. It's a really like knee-jerk experience starting things off, and it's interesting that from 1977 that that would sort of happen. Back then it almost feels like, an MTV movie, or something where like it's rapid fire right there in the beginning. But once you settle down and take a little bit of a breather and a break, and the movie starts and gets going, it absorbs you, it sucks you in, it has some great characters, some interesting scenarios and situations. It's kind of funny, T. Long is introduced in the beginning of the movie, but he actually doesn't appear until the part 3 of the Brave Archer series, and some other characters, that's the case too. And there's some storylines that sort of begin that aren't resolved in the first movie, which is also jarring. I guess the story is kind of like about a little bit of a romance with Fu Sheng and the character he falls in love with, played by Tien Niu, if I'm saying that correctly, who's unfortunately only in the first movie. And I actually think that she steals the show in the first movie. I think she provides a lot of intrigue, comedic moments. Starts off as kind of like a little bit of a beggar girl, and you find out she's actually the daughter of royalty and knows martial arts, and sort of the daughter of like the villain in the movie. And I like what she did. It was like a little bit of a drag that she doesn't appear in the rest of the series, but it's it's great that she's in this one. So action-wise and choreography and stuff, we do get a lot of action, and we do get a lot of fighting, and we get a lot of characters and intrigue and mystery, and there's a lot going on to the story. Enjoy The Brave Archer. It's probably my favorite of the bunch. I'm going to give it a letter grade of a B+. While it doesn't have the high standards of an A of other Shaw Brothers movies, a B+ is still pretty good and rewatchable. Now let's just talk briefly about the disc. This disc only has a couple of bonus materials. It's got the theatrical trailer and an interview with Hong Kong film historian David West. So it's a little light on extras. Would have liked to have a screen commentary, running commentary on the first disc, but you do get that with some of the later movies. So I know. Anyway, there's my thoughts on the first Brave Archer movie. Let me know in the comments below what you think. For CoinOpTV, we'll see you next time.